Hey, it's Super Death Show, and today we will be redrawing this character in the style of Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli, I'm not sure, but I'm going to say Ghibli from here on out. This is Kit. She was created by Matt Feroce. You could see him on Twitter at Paincaked. He posts art every single day, so you might want to go over there and subscribe to him. You might want to go over there and follow him on Twitter. He's also got an art station, artstation.com/paincaked. He doesn't look like he uploads much to this site. I don't even have an account on this site, but the best thing is he has a turntable of his character, and we're going to be using that with some Ghibli references here in a second. There we go. I've got Kit's turnaround down at the bottom right, and I've got a couple of Kiki's Delivery Service references and one reference from Howl's Moving Castle that I'm going to be using to try and figure this out. So we're going to start out with a couple of sketches to try to get some kind of pose. The first one here is just really, it's kind of boring. It's just a front-facing pose. It's really easy, really safe. And I'm kind of using this just to get a feel of Kit because I haven't drawn her in quite a long time. The second one here is a little bit more. It's still kind of an easy pose. She's just bent over a little bit, and I don't know. Maybe she's looking down at whatever is in this coming of age Kit movie. Maybe it's some sort of little sidekick animal character or something like that. One thing about Kit is she's got these big balloon pants, and I wasn't really sure how to make those work. It took a while to get used to these big pants because I'm usually when I draw characters they've got really fitting pants, like it almost hugs the legs all the way. So those parachute pants were a little bit of a deal to deal with during some of these sketches. This one here, I was being a little ambitious. I was going to try to have her with her legs crossed, but some of these angles really get me sometimes because I'm not really sure where her right thigh would actually look, and I even tried to sketch over it again. I just wasn't getting it right. The feet angles. They're all really weird when I try to think about crossed legs, and then I had to try to blow the pants up. I kept it anyways. I throw it over there on the left, and this is the last one. I only did 4 sketches for this to try to figure out my pose. But this one is, she's maybe ran across this magical place in the forest, and then due to magical magic, it causes her to float up or something like that, and she's kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm floating. So maybe that could be something like that. I was trying to think of a background too while I was sketching this, but it was kind of working out. I was almost going with that. But I had a black bar here. Maybe cropping that and then blowing it up really big would make it work a little better. But I ended up fixing that leg, and I thought, maybe I can go with that. So I'm just trying to fix the sketch up a little bit, and I don't know what that big swing head was about. I'm over sketching again, trying to flesh out the details a little bit more because I got to fix those arms. Try to cut down on this line thickness by going over it again, make it a little less sketchy, something that I can maybe ink over. I got that arm fixed, and I got to work on that ponytail. It's a little too big for this kind of world style is what I was thinking. And I'm doing an oversketch one more time, but just for the head. Got to make sure you got to have that big Ghibli forehead, those smaller anime eyes. You got to really spike out that hair for that anime, or for that 80s anime feel. Give her that wide Ghibli mouth and then that weirdo big Ghibli nose. And I slimmed down the ponytail one more time right here. And I think I've got everything I need. I'm going to start inking. And I was looking through my ink brushes today. And a long time ago, I bought the Kyle T. Webster's Ultimate brush pack, right? And I only ever used one of them. It was the you could have got it for free at the time. It was the Mr. Natural brush, and I've used it for all my Wendy comics. But I was looking through today, and I found this triangle brush. I don't even remember what it was called, but I found this triangle brush, and I really like the feel of it. It just feels really nice. Let's see. I'm trying to go a little fast on the inking. I'm not really worried too much about wobbly lines or anything like that, or my lines connecting in a weird way, or overshooting an edge, because well, I'm kind of using the brush is sized down that way the line art's smaller because it's supposed to kind of be mimicking animation, so this would be mimicking the animation cell. But anyways, since I'm using such a small brush, when you zoom out, you can't really tell the mistakes. And besides, we're going to be taking the line art and doing some cool things with it to kind of really hit it home with that whole 80s anime cell look. And these boots, I tried to stay on model with the boots with what Matt has for kit. I probably should have simplified them up just a little bit. Now I'm picking colors off of Matt's turnaround, and I'm desaturating them just a little bit so we can have that washed out cell look. And for the eyes and her tank top, I don't really like, I've been trying to stay away from using just straight up white for things that are white. So I've been kind of giving everything that is supposed to be white like an eggshell color. So I'd go with white and then kind of give it a little bit of black and yellow in it, or yeah, black and yellow, to kind of give like an eggshell color, which it'll kind of help with this whole 80s anime look that I'm trying to do. And with the shading, when I'm shading over a white, I use like a purple, and then anything else, unless it's too dark, I'll use this the skin tone color that I use. It's kind of like a pinkish purplish color that I use to shade over it with. But I'm trying to be really selective on where I put shades. I'm not trying to do too much. Kind of be as minimal as I can with the shading. I'm giving the metal parts of her arm a little bit much of it. But everything else, I try to just hit the certain spots to give that extra detail, like under the boobs and in the crease that's on the arm there, just at the bottom of the pants where the cast shadow would be. And oh, I almost forgot her little blue circles on her pants, and put the highlights in there. And I put like a mid-tone in the back, just so we can kind of have a little bit of contrast when we're doing this last part. Alright, so the drawing is basically done. I mean, we could quit right now, but let's try to give it a little bit of that old-timey cell shade, cell shade, cell animation cell look. I've said cell a lot during this whole thing. I've got every piece of this picture in a folder at the moment. So we open and close that, it's in a folder. We've got it in a folder. We're going to go to our lines, our line art, and we're going to copy it. We're going to copy it twice. And we're going to go to the top one. Let's zoom in so we get a good look at the face. We're going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. We're going to blur it up pretty big. Let's go about 4.5. And then we're going to lower the opacity down. And what this is going to do is give it kind of more of a softer look to the lines. Give it kind of that SD low definition look to it. And we're going to leave our middle one alone, and our bottom one we're going to select, and we're going to lock the transparent pixels. Let's pick red or yellow. We'll pick red. We'll go ahead and fill that in. And you can't see it because it's underneath the other one, but we're going to take our move tool and we're going to kind of bump it to the left a little bit. 1 or 2 pixels. We'll go to Filter, Blur, and we'll blur this one too. Yeah, let's blur it a little bit more. Oh, we've got to turn off our transparent pixels. Can't have it locked. Blur, Gaussian blur. Now it'll blur it. And we'll go about 3. It's probably over to the right or left too much. Let's bump it back. And then we'll lower the opacity of it. Around 61%. Around 60%. That's fine. Now we can close the group up and we'll make a new layer above that. We'll hold down Alt and click between the group and the new layer. And let's pick straight up yellow. And we'll fill it in with yellow. And for the opacity, let's just put 8%. And that gives it that nice washed out look. Kind of like this animation cell is aged. So if you toggle it on and off, you can see the washed out look. We'll add one more layer, and we will make sure to Alt click between the layers to mask it, and we'll fill it in with white. Go to filter, pixelate, no, filter render. No, it's filter noise. That's my bad. Filter noise, add noise. We're gonna have it on Gaussian, monochromatic. Okay. Now when we zoom in, it's still pretty sharp. So we'll go to filter blur, Gaussian blur, and we'll blur it up, but not that much. Let's take it down. Okay. And now we'll change the blending mode to multiply. That way all the white becomes transparent. It's a little too dark, and we'll take the opacity down. And this dirties up the picture just a little bit. Alright, there we go. Yeah. I think we did it. It looks pretty Ghibli to me. What do you think? You think it looks Ghibli? Ghibli? Does that look like a gerbil? But anyways, I had a lot of fun doing it. I think I got it. The only thing that I probably should have done. See, I didn't take any breaks when I made this drawing. And if I did take a break and then come back, I probably would have seen the problems a little bit better. Like the head feels like it's way too big. And then the shadow under the boob, probably I should have redone that a little bit different. But other than that, I had a lot of fun doing it. And Matt, I hope you enjoy this gift that I'm giving you. This isn't the first one that I did. I actually did another one of my character Wendy earlier today. And it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot of things. But I wanted to do it again, and I didn't want to use another one of my characters, so I chose to use Paincaked's kit. So, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I guess I'll see you next time.